look at this one. Oh, yeah. Now, the ratchet rocket done took off, and as quick as she took off, she done crashed. The raggedy rocket done crashed. So this is her back when she was, all humble and stuff, and didn't have all the glamour makeup, and she looked funny back then. Actually, look at her.
Background as relates to my ability.
What's up with those crooked eyebrows? You telling me you can't put eyebrows on right? What are you doing? I mean, I can alter mine, but at rest, they're even. She's sitting there like this. What's up with that? But I won't even harp on it. With your Prince outfit right there. Let's see what she was saying back then when she was just coming into Congress, y'all.
Need to deal with numbers, and it was gonna pay well. So I was like, I'll be an accountant. Unfortunately, around my junior year, I was the victim of a hate crime or two.
Crime. Oh God. Junior year, a hate crime or two. How many of us black folks get that? You hit the hate crime lottery. Victim of a hate crime or two. Which ones? What happened? Were there any convictions? Any follow-up? I want to know the details of these hate crimes. Unbelievable. But as a Democrat, you got to have a backstory. So yeah, she was a victim. So let's see what this hate crime or two, caused her to do. This is what inspired her, y'all, according to her when she was just coming in.
And so were a group of my friends, all at the same time. Cars were keyed with the N-word. We received hate mail.
By you guys? Cars were keyed with the N-word? All right, girl, come on now, put this on here. Then we'll go ahead and somebody keyed our car and put the N-word on it. Oh, Lord, the Klan is up here on this campus. The Klan is here.
In our on-campus mailboxes. And at that time, my school...
On campus. So you're telling me, now I'm older than her. You're telling me during this time, these folks, these racists on that campus somehow, put that much effort? They were following y'all to the mailbox? They're like, it's not just good enough to do the cars, okay? We're going to track these black girls back to their dorms, and we're going to put the N-words on their mailboxes and stuff like that. I'm calling BS on her so-called hate crimes, because that right there is committed, that somebody was committed. That right there is dedication. You didn't stop at the car. You went to the crib. Oh, that we're going to do the mailboxes tonight, guys.
Hired the Cochran firm.
Okay,
and there was a lawyer who graduated from the University of Houston who was assigned to me. And it was the first time in my life that I felt helpless. And I was like, I want to help people that are going through what I've just experienced. And at that point in time, I decided that I was going to sit for the LSAT. I did.
Now, wait a minute. Let's check that story. Let's bounce that story off of the the old Jasmine Ratchet before she became, the darling of the Democrat Party. And let's see if that story still stays the same.
Little Shop of Horrors. When I was in college at Rhodes in Memphis, I ended up doing Little Shop of Horrors.
What part did you play in that?
I was one of the women that was singing.
Okay. You probably was the plant with no makeup, no costume, with those eyelashes. Feed me, Seymour. I just put the lashes on that be the big plant. Feed me, Seymour. So now here she is, guys. Somehow the story is changing. Now she's sitting there talking about she was an actress.
Okay.
Yes, I was in the chorus.
Okay.
Look at the attitude. See the arrogance? All of that has changed. She's no longer the small, quiet, this girl just want to help people and stuff like that. Now the ratchetness kicked in, the ratchet gene.
Oh, I ended up doing it, and the mock trial coach recruited me to do mock trial. And I was like, no. By this time, I decided I was going to be an accountant. What? Didn't want to do.
It's not the same story we heard.
Still didn't want to talk to people. So then he goes, no, you should do mock trial. And I said, that's for the kids going to law school. Long story short, he recruits me. I do mock trial just my senior year. I become a national All-American. He says, you should go to law school. So I applied, got a full ride, and said, fine, if I don't like it, I'll quit.
That is the opposite of the story we heard before ratchet became extremely ratchet. Now look at these liars. The dirty Dems, y'all. So now it was the Little Shop of Horror, and somebody said do mock trials, and you know what? You were good at that. You should be a lawyer. Okay, what happened to the hate crimes? What happened to I just felt so small, so helpless, and I just decided at that moment that I wanted to help people. But now all of a sudden, the Little Shop of Horror director told you to go ahead and do it, and you're like, okay, See how, and folks fall for this stuff. They fall for these people. I mean, even if you showed those two side to side to some raggedy Democrat voters, and you say, you realize that this woman is deceptive. You realize she's fake. You don't know who the real ratchet is. They both ratchet. Both of those. I mean, both of those clips we saw right there. That's ratchetness on both ends. It's just that the ratchetness has evolved. But she's lying to y'all. But yeah, we ain't done with ratchet.
Oh, how noble and sacrificial of her. Which is the real Jasmine Crockett, though? Well, the call for public service came and Jasmine answered.
She answered.
But back to that Atlantic profile, they saw something else in Crockett.
What?
A raging narcissism.
Go figure. A raging narcissism. Now, if you can't spot that on her, boy, I tell you, you need some full-blown bifocals. Everything about her character and personality screams out, I want the limelight. I'm a narcissist. Maybe she didn't make it in Hollywood after the Little Shop of Horror, show, and decided, you know what I'm gonna do? I'll just become a Democrat politician because they're actors too. I'll just outact them and become flamboyant and outspoken and boisterous and loud and obnoxious, and then I'll get a lot of PR, and then I can finally live out my dream to be famous. But she don't realize she's not famous in a good way. She think they love her. And we're about to find out that she's not loved.
And for a woman who claims to be so tough, she has exceedingly thin skin.
Ooh.
They described her as highly conscious of her self-presentation.
Of course. I mean, that's all over her. Based on just the caked on makeup and those long behind camel eyelashes, those snuffleupagus eyelashes. Hey, obvious. Every time got the long extension weaves all the time. Very obvious. Always want to jump up in the front. Always want to be loud. Over talking people. It's very obvious. She's like, give me the light. That's what she wants.
Crockett wore acrylic nails painted with the word resist and a set of heavy lashes over her brown eyes. The lock screen on her phone is a headshot of herself.
Oh my goodness. Conceited much? If you are messing around with somebody you just met, and you look down and you see that guy on his screenshot on his like this, cut him loose. Same thing with a girl. If she on that mug like this, I'm going, why are you on the screen right there? You just like looking at yourself? All you're really doing is letting everybody know whose phone they stole. You big dodo bird. But nonetheless, here we go.
And Crockett apparently thinks she should be able to control to whom a journalist speaks when they're actually reporting a profile.
Yeah, because all of this attention has gone to her head now. She went from that little humble, even though she was still ratchet and lying, but she went from that demeanor and temperament to now she demanding stuff and she's boisterous and she thinks she could just shut things down. You see, this is what happens to these, because they're not really politicians. It's almost like you gotta be an actor to be a Democrat. They're all about show, and all that other stuff, but she took the show too far. Now we're going to find out that even her own fellow actors and actresses, they don't like her.
4 days before this story was published, Crockett called me to express frustration that I'd reached out to so many House members without telling her first.
And I'm hoping that person said, so? They ain't going to? Nah, you can't be calling people and asking folks about me. I'm the one that should be telling you who I am and what I'm about. I don't want you to get no second-hand, third-hand witnesses, okay? I don't want no references. So therefore, I can paint the picture of how I am, okay? Even though I pretty much do that through my appearance, my tone, my actions, my speech, my vocabulary, my attitude. I pretty much tell you that. I didn't have to go ahead and interview her to know she's like this.
She told me, shutting down the profile and revoking all permissions.
Jasmine Crockett at the center of a political twister. Again, the congresswoman from Texas has made waves by mocking Republicans and also fighting with people inside of her own party. So you see the screen, dim darling or dim danger.
Uh-oh.
A new profile on Jasmine Crockett paints her as a brash, self-promoting and image-obsessed, right down to her lock screen photo of her own face.
Ratchet, y'all. Ratchet as they come. Man, I'm going to tell you, no wonder she's single. No wonder she's single. Man, I bet you she think in her mind, though, I'm wanted by all. And I would love to be in her presence and she not know I'm Kev from Kevin's Corner. Because you already know she'd probably be wanting the attention. She'd be sitting there like, you know what? I want him to look over here because I'm Jasmine Ratchet. And I might look at her just so I can go over and dog her. I knew he was going to look. Use those eyelashes. Come over to me like, are you? Yeah, I'm her. Ratchet? That's who you are? I'll be watching your ratchetness on TV. Did you just poke me in the eye with those eyelashes? Girl, you better back up. Dang on it and snip them. So, yeah, I would love to dog her. Psych, give her a false number. She probably thinks she's straight. Like, oh, man, I know I'm hot. I'm just waiting for the right man, okay? Boy, but she would be a mess to be involved with. A mess. She needs watch her mess around and get a white guy. The most angriest black woman, they always go and end up with a white dude who's passive probably. Got red hair, pink the slippers on, and telling him, go sit down and shut up while I go ahead and call everybody else a racist. Not you, honey. Not you. Not you.
After finding out the reporter had interviewed her colleague, she tried to pull the plug on the story. Some Democrats are comparing Crockett's combative style to arson.
She's made quite the splash, becoming one of the most outspoken members on the left and looks like a rising star within the Democratic Party.
So go ahead. I want to hear the rumors. I want to hear the rumors about her.
But Crockett's rocket to stardom also comes at a cost. This week, The Atlantic publishing a lengthy profile of the 44-year-old. There was a lot of focus on her desire to make controversial comments. The Atlantic writing, Crockett is testing out the coarser insult comedy style attacks that the GOP has embraced under Trump. The general idea being that the Republicans go low, the Democrats should meet them there.
Oh, shoot, that rocket done ran out of fuel. It looks like it's going back down.
But the article points out Crockett is still trying to shape her image and reportedly even tried to shut down this piece after the reporter involved reached out to multiple House members for their take on her. President Trump has certainly noticed what Crockett's been saying, making it clear that she could be the face of the party going forward. But pundits suggest that's not necessarily a recipe for success in Congress.
We've got a certain generation or class of lawmakers who have come in and they think being in Congress is about celebrity. It's about fame. I mean, these are people for whom the most dangerous place is to stand between them and a television camera.
Absolutely. Now, you think she's the only one? I mean, the squad is like that. Cory Booker is like that. The Democrat Party is like that. They are so fake and phony. No wonder they can't govern. Because they're not politicians. They're all actors and actresses. They're all jockeying for the next book deal, soundbite, things like that. So yeah, she's horrible. Here she is, 44-year-old woman out there still acting like she's, trying to become a TikToker.
Meanwhile,
because the Supreme Court has paved the way for half the stuff that we see that's going on. Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Okay, we know that.
No, that ratchet chick didn't say what I just heard her. She called the Don shite. Are you kidding me? No, wait a minute. A lot of her staff members think she's shite. That's the funny part about it. See, they also talked to people in Congress and they were like, we ain't really feeling her. That's why she can't win no leadership positions. And then folks on her own staff, which was predominantly black and gay, they all concluded that this chick is fake. They say she don't work on policies. She don't come into the office. She stay at the crib. When she come into the office, she's bullying them. She won't ride in just a regular human's car. Nah, rent me an Escalade and then come pick me up and open the door so I can get in. Be outside the car so I can floss. Any cameras out there? Any cameras out there before I come out though? Man, I would slam her big fat eyelashes in that door. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you was in already. Because I saw your eyelashes come through 6 minutes before you. So yeah, here she is out there saying stuff like that. And she thinks that's going to win over real voters. Not folks that's just entertained by her and so radical that they think this is cool. Now, you already know, this chick ain't going to get nothing done in Congress. She has done nothing thus far and will never do anything because she's building her profile right now. All of this is, I'm positioning Jasmine Ratchet for a career after all of this stuff because I don't like doing this stuff. I don't even show up to the office. I like showing up to cameras.
Yes, he is. He is. But in a functioning democracy,
democracy.
Here we go.
He still would not be able to get away with this.
Oh, really?
But he's been able to get away with this because the House Republicans.
Because it's a functioning democracy. Now, here comes the hypocrisy. There it is. Talking about democracy, which is hypocrisy, because you guys step on democracy constantly.
Republicans are complicit. He's been able to get away with this because Senate Republicans are complicit. But most importantly,
what?
The courts, especially the Supreme Court, is complicit.
Yeah.
And so I think one of the places that we have to start is we are absolutely, they are the highest court in the land, and they have no ethics guardrails.
What?
So you go down to the lower courts.
Oh, you mean those the Eighth Circus courts and stuff like that, where you get all of these radical judges who are just, all right, I'm a Democrat, radical protester and judge. I'm going to go ahead and... You talking about them? Folks who y'all have relationships with to do your dirty bidding versus the Supreme Court who actually make judgments most of the time on the law, the Constitution. So now here Ratchet is out there doing what Ratchet does. Ratchet. Here it is.
And they do. How much sense does that make? When we know that they're taking money, we have the paper trail.
Wait a minute. Does she have on a full bodysuit with holes in the knees? Am I witnessing her trying to contain those rolls in a full body jumpsuit? Because I can see the rolls right through there. Let me see the roll. So now she got her a full-blown bodysuit on with holes in the knees. I thought you do that with jeans, not a full-blown cat suit that you should not be in. Dang on it. That's why she got the blazer over it. She don't want nobody to see all of those rolls trying to get out of there.
And they refuse to put guardrails on themselves, so it's time for us to do it for them.
Oh, now you hear that? But yeah, she's about democracy. So now the Supreme Court is the enemy. They refuse to put guardrails on ourselves, so that we got to do it for them. What? Stack the court. Come up with false accusations against them. Do what Democrats do. That y'all always accuse Republicans of doing. That's why you're the dirty Dems. But wait, she ain't the only dirty one.
Someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body.
A what now?
Engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Yeah, we just saw the real bad body in that bodysuit, trying to cover it up. I'm just gonna put a blazer over it. That right there with that, that'll cover it up. So now, as she's talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene, who I saw in person, Marjorie Taylor Greene got pairs for calves. That chick be working out, man. She walked away. I'm looking at her calves jealous. Wanted to go home and get on some donkey calf raises. I'm like, man, she gonna make me go home and be on some donkey calf raises right about now. But yeah, she had the nerve to say something about Marjorie Taylor Greene's body. And she used a bad derogatory statement like butch body. And the gay folks on her staff was offended. You know what she told them? Shut up. I mean, anyway, whatever.
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold on.
part of it.
I'm trying to find clarification.
Y'all ready for some ratchetness?
Chairman, motion to
I
strike
had no
those
idea
words.
what you just said.
Ratchetness activate.
We're not going to do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just.
You just voted to do
Y'all did it first, so you
You
don't
just
have
voted to do that.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at, calm down. Calm down.
No, because this is what y'all do.
No. This is what y'all do. That's the real Ratchet coming out. Yeah, there it is. That's what earned her the nickname Jasmine Ratchet. And it just sounds so bad because the other people are like, look, calm down. We know you're angry. We know they're emotional and all of that stuff. Just calm down. No, because this is what y'all do.
Hey, Miss Crockett, you're not recognized. Miss
I can't hear you
Crockett.
with your yelling.
Oh, but she's from this place right here, guys. Texas. We might be getting rid of one of the dirty Dems. These dirty Dems done tried to flee their responsibility when it comes down to redistricting. And so apparently now what's going to happen?
Are directed to send for all absentees whose attendance is not excused for the purposes of securing and maintaining their attendance under warranted arrest if necessary until further order of the House.
Oh, so now we got to go catch these suckers. They done all decided to bounce because they've been gerrymandering all of these years. And now, by redistricting, we might redistrict away the Ratchet. We might read this. So here she is making a speech, y'all. Now, here's going to show why they hate her. They despise her. Look at this.
They understand that we have a Timu Hitler in the White House right now that thinks that he is going to become the dictator of the United States. Well,
See? I mean, it's amazing that you feel comfortable enough as a politician to call the president Hitler. It's amazing. I mean, you don't stop for 1 second as a so-called professional to think, how would this come across to Jews who voted for Trump? How would this come across to them? Here I am calling him Hitler, and you got Jews in New York, Jews in Texas, Jews all over the place voted for Trump, and I got the nerve to call him Hitler as if I don't understand the historical reference and how grandiose that comparison is. But she's ratchet. So ratchet don't care. That ratchetness runs all over that logic. All over that logic. It's like, man, logic be damned. Hitler.
I got another thing to tell you, sir.
Look at that.
The Democrats, no matter whether we're talking about these House Democrats, or whether we're talking about the governor from Illinois, the governor from California,
those crooked
or
governors?
whether we're talking about New York, or I can go through the states, and it's not just the governors. It is the state houses. It is the state senators.
Come on, Ratchet.
It is those congressional delegations that are saying, do what you got to do, and I will fight, and I will win, and I will earn my seat back to the people's house in D.C. I am here to tell you that time is up for playing in our faces. The Democrats are
Here we go. Now they're going into their preaching rhythm. Now, guys, you got to understand, Ratchet is so arrogant. Ratchet thinks that she's the closing act. Ratchet thinks that I'm about to drop this ratchetness out there and drop the mic afterwards.
Not going to stand for this any longer. We know that we are standing for the people. And so long as we stand for the people, I absolutely believe that people are going to stand for us today. I appreciate it.
They didn't stand for y'all in this last election, did they? However, she got done. She thought she just finished it and she's closing it out, y'all. Yeah, because nobody speaks after Ratchet. Yeah, nobody speaks after Ratchet.
We're done.
We're done.
We're done.
Says who? Your ratchetness don't override other folks. What's wrong with you? You see how arrogant she is? We're done. We're done. And you wonder why her peers despise her. Look at her. No, we done.
Yes, we are. We done. That's what it says.
We were supposed to have Ron do the closing. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Sorry.
I would put my palm right on her face and push her face. Yeah. You go right on over there. Get blend into the crowd. Yeah, nice speech and all. A lot of emotions, a lot of preaching, and then thought she was gonna close it out. We done. Word. Probably sat back in a B-girl stance like, yeah. Oh wait, what are you doing? But no, I'm the act. It's me. I want everybody to remember the last thing that happened. It came out of me. That's what she's about.
There's some kings in the building. Do your best, show some respect.